Cam, there's some real positive vibes out there at the end of that session.
Yeah, we've trained really well all week. We had a good review of the game and saw where we went wrong and what we need to fix, and everyone's really positive into our trip to Melbourne.
Daunting, being Melbourne, being the Storm?
No, we're just going down there to get our game on, and we're not worried about outcomes so much right now. We're more worried about the process and us getting better every week. So, I feel like the way we've trained this week will fix a lot of the things that went wrong last week.
We'll talk about cohesion and whatnot in attack last week. It's just about controlling the ball. Is it probably, the more ball you have, cohesion probably comes a bit easier and can get you guys into the game a bit more? Yeah,
she's pretty simple at times, isn't it? We killed ourselves there a number of times, but we ran into a pretty committed Manly team who made us pay for those errors. So, we've addressed that, and hopefully you'll see a much cleaner performance from us this week.
The other thing I guess people were talking about was how you get Billy AAMI involved in the game, but I think you mentioned it after the game as well. It was like it's kind of like if you complete well and you actually have good ball, and that's when you'll actually be able to get into the game with momentum. Yeah,
we didn't build any pressure last week. We killed ourselves at times, but we also when we did have a chance, we didn't take those chances. So we're going down there with a different mindset this week, and we're not going to die wondering.
There's so much of there has been such a hype in the pre-season. You got obviously didn't start off with the loss. Can that sometimes work for you now? Like you've got it all come out of the way, and we're back to reality now. Here we are.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose whether we won or lost, I was always confident we were going to learn lessons, and we came in and did that on Monday and Tuesday, and got through a lot of those lessons. And all I'm looking for is a better performance every week. There was clearly some fundamental errors we made last week, and I'd like to get them out of our game. And if we do, I think you'll see the best version of the Bulldogs.
I know you'd said after the game it was unacceptable. Do you think a performance like that, in a sense, can be a bit of a wake-up call?
I don't think we needed a wake-up call in round one. I think we just made fundamental errors that didn't build any pressure and put pressure on ourselves. So, those things are unacceptable at this level, and we've addressed that this week, and they've trained really well, and hopefully we can go down there and make amends for last week.
You're missing quite a few bodies, particularly your props. I know Josh Jackson, the forwards all round really, the club's asked a number of times to have Josh Jackson's salary out of the cap. How frustrating is that?
Yeah, that's above my pay grade. That's sort of out of my hands. I don't know too much about that stuff, but yeah, we're missing a few front rowers, but that's all right. You've got some young guys there that are ready to take their opportunity, and hopefully we go one step ahead this week.
Would you like to see the rules more lenient?
On Josh Jackson stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well Josh retired of his own accord, so I find it hard to see that, but again, that's out of my pay grade, so I'll just leave that to people above me.
It's never a good time to get Melbourne really, but no, Cam Munster's got to be small bonus.
I think people have said that a lot over time, and no matter who's in or who's out for Melbourne, they've got that next man up mentality, and you go down there and it's going to be a hard game. So again, we've been really focused on us this week and what we need to do to improve from last week's performance, and as I said, we're not going to die wondering. We're going to go down there and play our style of footy.
That not going to die wondering, you said that a few times out. Does that mean it looks to be more expansive? Like, do you think you guys were timid in attack or something last week? Like, what do you mean by that?
Can't tell you exactly, but
come on.
Yeah, no, we're just going to play our style of game. We've got good players on the edges, and we want them to get the ball in their hands. But again, we can only do that if we build pressure, and put some pressure on the opposition, get some good ball sets and things like that. But again, we just want to play the way we want to play, the way we played at times in the trials, and the way at times we played last week. But you just want to do it for more often and more times in the game.
Can I ask what you made of the concussion debate this week? Obviously, there's been a lot said. Firstly, talk today about the mandatory stand down theory. Would you support that, the idea that players have to stand down for 11 or so days after being? Yeah, look,
whatever's in the best interest of the players. That's we're here to look after them as well. So again, that's it's not something I want to come to work thinking about when we've got the team to prepare, and I haven't seen a lot of that dialogue going on. But look after the players firstly and foremost.
Sorry, I was just going to say, as a coach though, and as a former player, that you wouldn't have any issues if the NRL came and said, look, it's going to be a night and across the board, like an actual, to make it equal across the board. If it's 9 days, it's 7 days.
As someone that's got kids playing the sport, you just want to do whatever's best for the players. So whatever that looks like, trust the medical professionals, and we've got some really good ones here at this club, and we go off their advice at the moment, and that's I'm confident in that.
Your name was sort of linked to, because the stuff you said after last week's game about talking about whether the independent doctor should be in the bunker. More anything, was your view that it is right to be in there, or where did you stand on that?
I didn't have a view on it. I didn't really say anything. All I said that was Carraz was clearly fine. Carraz rolled his ankle and stumbled on a rolled ankle, so that's why he stumbled. It had nothing to do with his head, and no one had showed me the vision of him getting hit in the head. So, you know, as I said, I want to do what's best for the players, but if they've rolled their ankle and stumble on an ankle, then, you know, that's different.
So broadly speaking, where do you see an independent doctor in the bunker? Are you happy with the idea? Do you not like it? Or?
I've got more things to worry about than that. There's people above me that can worry about that, and all I've got to do is make sure we hold the ball this weekend and put some pressure on the opposition.
How are some of the injured boys tracking? Is Tavita still a couple of weeks away?
Yeah, he's like around 5 or 6, you know, but you know, our injured boys are, you know, they're working really hard behind the scenes, and, you know, they're contributing to the team, even though they're not out playing. So, yeah, as much as we'd love to have them on the field, you know, we've got a squad for a reason, and those guys that are getting their opportunity right now are learning on the run, and, you know, I'm sure they're going to get better every week.
And Joshua Reynolds said he's groin, is that right? Is that a couple of weeks out for him?
Yeah, he's only going to miss this weekend. It just tightened up just in his old age. But again, Josh is adding value off the field as much as he is on the field at the moment, and he's been really important for our spine guys and our young players, and helping guide them while we're in the video room and on the field.
Cool.
Sweet, thank you.